This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. We made it. I'm Rebecca Vargas. Josh is happy.
I know. You know, we've worked since Wednesday. This is
Wednesday of
for
last
you.
year, right? It's one of those deals now.
That's what it feels like.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's all good.
It's been busy for you.
It has been very busy. Just a lack of sleep because of the shift, but the lack of sleep because the tropical system.
Yeah, we all want to know
figure out
what's
gonna
happening
go
with
on
that.
it. Yeah, that's the story. We'll talk about that in a second, but our current temperature right now at the bus stop forecast is 78 degrees. We could have some storms later this afternoon, but right now, nothing going on. Our radar is all quiet. There are some showers in Lee County where Fort Myers is, so if you're heading in that direction this morning, could see some wet weather. But for the Suncoast, as of this morning and early this afternoon, I think things are going to be quiet, but we will have some storms develop later today. Now, of course, we're all looking at this system. We're looking at the last 5, 6, 7 days, but the model's now tracking it to the western side of Florida into the Gulf of Mexico. And the question is this going to develop into something more powerful? We'll break it down for you coming up.
All right, thanks a lot, Josh. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways. Volume is about normal for this time of day. Not a whole lot going on. Green and DeSoto bridges are moving along, as are 75, 301, and 41 in Manatee County. Looking good, which is good to hear as you head down into Sarasota County. That, too, is moving along without a hitch. The water main problem on Bee Ridge Road yesterday has been at least rectified, so no problems there, no issues, and no accidents or delays all the way through South County. And topping our news this morning, things went from bad to worse for some business owners on Bee Ridge because of that water main break yesterday.
Yeah, in the middle of the road, water everywhere, and shutting off water to 20 businesses and an assisted living facility and 40 nearby residents. ABC7's Ray Collins has the details.
Just in case it couldn't get any more hectic on Bee Ridge Road, this happened Thursday. Water streaming down the side of the road, making a bad situation worse. A Sarasota County spokesman says an aging pipe not related to the construction project suddenly burst.
What's the situation here?
We have no water.
Jackie Driscoll owns one of the 20 businesses that lost water on Thursday. She's using that spray bottle judiciously while waiting for service to be restored. Between the water main break and the road project, Jackie says traffic has not been good.
I was in 2 accidents in 1 week myself and witnessing accidents right out front. It's terrible.
It's an absolute mess.
Mark Koch, one of the countless drivers who try to avoid Bee Ridge.
I avoid Bee Ridge Road and the businesses right now on Bee Ridge Road because they're hard to get to. Traffic's a mess.
And traffic may still be a mess long after Thursday's water main is fixed. But Koch realizes in the big picture, it's all in the name of progress.
Yeah, it's a nightmare traveling down this road right now. But again, I guess it's a necessary evil. It's part of growth.
So the rush is on here on Bee Ridge Road. Workers are fully aware that a number of residents and businesses are waiting for their work to be completed. On Bee Ridge Road near McIntosh, Ray Collins, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Ray. The Bradenton man charged in the death of an infant is under his care will be in court today for a probable cause hearing on additional charges of child abuse. Eric Neri was charged late Wednesday with second-degree murder in the death of a 10-month-old baby that he was babysitting. The infant suffered several fractures to her skull, which police say led to her death. Police say Neri was dating the baby's mother. A 3-year-old boy he was also watching showed signs of abuse and is now being treated for a brain bleed, skull and leg fractures, and bruising. Neri will be in court for abuse to that 3-year-old child.
A strange man hitched a ride on a Manatee County school bus, and now parents are up in arms. 27-year-old Eric Hall, who has an extensive criminal background, got on the school bus on 9th Avenue in Northwest Bradenton earlier this week. Eventually, he came clean and told the driver he wasn't a student. He's now facing charges of trespassing on school property and being investigated for a burglary that happened in the area around the same time. The district has finished its investigation, and the general feeling is the bus driver handled the incident in a professional manner. Some parents, though, obviously are asking for more security.
He was just using the school bus as a mode of transportation to get out of the area he was in.
I don't know if maybe they could wear, name tags or something on them so that we all know that they're students and some, random person can't just get on a bus.
The district is not recommending any disciplinary actions for the bus driver.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the bus driver could do much in that situation, especially the bus driver was expected to have a new student on the bus as well,
Right.
which is pretty key. They thought that this was the new student coming on the bus that day.
Right. Then he just pulled the old switcheroo. But when you're expecting somebody to be there and they're there, you're told to pick them up.
It just happened. It so happened, and so that's really scary. So hopefully something will be done in more, I don't know, safety for the kids. I mean, parents need to feel comfortable with their kids being on a bus.
No doubt about that.
Yeah. Well, in other news, emergency management officials are also keeping a close eye on this system in the tropics right now, and they want you to as well.
The Suncoast is being advised to act like a Boy Scout and be prepared. ABC 7's Rick Adams has more.
As a system in the tropics tries to develop into what could be Tropical Storm Hermine, some Floridians are bracing for the worst, while others aren't too concerned. Although Bradenton resident Nicole Skaggs experienced the last major hurricane on the Suncoast more than a decade ago, a storm like the one brewing in the tropics doesn't faze her.
As a native Floridian, you know, obviously you watch it carefully, but I'm not afraid of it.
One of the many places closely monitoring this storm is the Sarasota County Emergency Operations Center. They say right now crews are looking at the best and worst case scenarios and being ready for whatever comes our way.
Our departments are actively working through checklists to make sure that all the infrastructure is prepared and that we're ready to go if we are in fact impacted, depending on the storm's track or development.
The Holmes Beach Police Department is taking this storm seriously. They sent a Facebook message to their residents to take all the necessary steps to be ready. Holmes Beach is a city that experiences flooding during most wet weather events, such as Tropical Storm Colin back in June, which filled the streets with deep water.
We really want to make sure everyone's prepared, and if it comes down to where we have to evacuate, just make sure you have your hurricane pass, which the paperwork is here available for the residents.
In addition to being ready to evacuate, emergency management officials say it's important to stock up on supplies, have a hurricane plan in place, and know where your closest hurricane shelter is located. Janet Schaefer lives a block away from the Gulf and Holmes Beach. She has her routine when a big weather event slams the coast.
The only thing I find very, very important is to move all my outside furniture that's by my pool, all of my plantings inside my shed.
Whether you live near the beach or further inland, emergency management officials are urging folks and people visiting here to keep a close eye on the storm and be prepared. Reporting from Holmes Beach, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And One Blood is also preparing for the storms. The Blood Center is asking for immediate blood donations because the most critical time for donations is before any hurricane or storm. All blood types are necessary, especially O negative and O positive, as well as platelets. Anyone over the age of 16 weighing at least 110 pounds is eligible to donate. The heroin epidemic is proving pretty costly for Manatee County Emergency Medical Services. According to the Bradenton Herald, the county has spent $73,000 this year alone on naloxone. It's an antidote that helps treat those suffering from an overdose. That's a $60,000 increase compared to 3 years ago. The Bradenton Police Department is also looking to use and carry naloxone, but they need funding to cover the $17,000 necessary to begin carrying it. Over the next 5 years, the county will receive part of a $6 million grant from the Department of Children and Families to help out in this issue. Meanwhile, Manatee County is also working on how to provide health care for low-income residents. The County Commission met with a consulting firm to go over their options on how to pay for providing that health care. The firm recommends the county hires 5 case managers to work one-on-one with high-risk and high-need low-income patients. Case managers would then make sure they're keeping up with medications and other health care needs. As far as funding, the county should consider using a half-cent sales tax or donation or limiting eligible patients to help with funding.
Manatee County staff is looking to change ordinances for special events to make sure they're safer and more secure. Staff presented commissioners with a proposal for a special event ordinance that will turn the focus away from land zoning to police power. With this proposal, event organizers would be required to get a permit that describes how the event will affect traffic, parking, and security, among other issues. no action has yet been taken on this proposal. In Venice, we're starting to see the Hamilton condominium building's transformation into a library take shape. It's set to open in late September or early October. And over the last few days, workers have been moving shelving inside, putting it back together, and organizing it into the different book genres. This will serve as the temporary location while Sarasota County officials finalize plans to build a new library that will be in the same area as the old one, which was closed earlier this year due to those nagging mold concerns.
Governor Scott showing his appreciation to 300 veterans living here on the Suncoast for their service to our country. Veterans and their families packed the National Guard facility in Bradenton to be given their medals during the Governor's Veterans Services Awards ceremony. The veterans we spoke to say it was definitely a special honor.
It's always good. It's always makes your heart happy, you know. I'm glad I got to serve. I'm proud of it. This is my country, and I'm proud of my country.
Governor Scott is expected to host similar events across the state in the coming months, but it was nice to see our Suncoast veterans recognized as they all should be. This service to our country is definitely I mean, it's all given us all the lives we had, and you know, it's you can't even put a
wouldn't be where we are without them.
It's immeasurable what they've done for our country. And Suncoast receiving national recognition as well for job growth here.
Yeah, we love to see that. Forbes magazine is naming Northport, Sarasota, and Bradenton number 10 in a list of best areas for job growth. Northport is seeing a 3.6% increase in new jobs each year. And this list refers to Northport as a metro community, and it includes Sarasota and Bradenton, but it joins 4 other Florida metro areas, including Naples, Cape Coral, and Orlando. The magazine recognizes the construction, retail, and healthcare sectors that are flourishing in Florida and especially in Northport. We have seen a lot of growth there. Many more stores popping up, more restaurants popping up, so it's growing.
It is. It's growing. It's a great community, great bunch of people, and you know, I've had a lot to do with them and their high school and the sports down there. And it's definitely good people and good community, and it just gets larger and closer every day.
Maybe more people will start moving to Northport.
There you go, and they're going to have to bring their umbrellas with them because later this afternoon we could see some showers and storms. Sorry about that, but it's the reality.
Don't rain on their parade. Come on, Josh.
Yeah.
That's
it's Friday,
all right.
though. It's Friday.
It's okay. I won't stop talking about it either because with this tropical storm churning out there in the Atlantic, may it interfere with the primary elections in Florida next week? State officials say you may want to vote early. We'll tell you how long you have coming up.
Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. You started there right out of high school, learned your trade and did it well. And the asbestos you handled, well, that was just part of the job. If you worked in the trades and were diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available, then call us. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court.
Call 800-236-4994.
And see how we can help. Mesothelioma, don't fight it alone.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour selection of quality new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade-in.
Seymour savings.
Step up to GMC and get cash back for up to 12% of the MSRP on these select 2016 GMC vehicles. That's over $9,300 cash back on this Yukon.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
All right, so good to see you on this Friday morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone. Wake up. You know what? The weekend has finally arrived, so let's get excited about that. 79 degrees is our current temperature right now. Mostly clear skies, but that'll change this afternoon with increasing clouds. Dew point holding at 72. Humidity kind of muggy out there, 79 degrees. Boundary to our south, we do have some showers and storms over Miami, Fort Lauderdale, over the Keys. So if you're taking 75 southward through Fort Myers and then eventually into Alligator Alley and across eastward, you could run into some wet weather. But as you can see here along the Suncoast, everything is quiet at this time. Showers and storms will develop this afternoon with that easterly flow around that area of high pressure to our north. Once again, storms fire up along the Suncoast around dinner, supper, however you like to say it. And then we get to do it all over again tomorrow as well. Okay, let's talk about the tropics. This is just an interest graphic because Gustone is not going to affect anyone here. Just like I said the other day, a few whales and shipping interest, and that's about it. Could advance into a Category 2 hurricane, but as you can see, the track takes Gustone off into the central Atlantic. Winds right now sustained at 65 miles per hour. But let's talk about our story affecting closer to home, and that's this. We have this this system here we've been talking about for the last several days. What, 4, 5, 6, 7 days? It's been just kind of meandering around the Western Atlantic, then into the Caribbean, and it really never got its act together because a lot of factors took place here. Ran into some wind shear, we all know, or if you don't know, but tropical systems, they can't form with wind shear. Upper level winds that are very strong kind of shear this thing apart. And also, the inflow into the storm couldn't get going because Hispaniola, where the Dominican Republic is, and Haiti, well, there's some high mountains there. And the inflow in the storm, these winds are trying to come into it, but they're hitting the mountains. They're going over the mountains, and as they came down on the other side, they were drying out. And we also know that tropical systems need moist air, and with dry air, that just wasn't happening. But the National Hurricane Center does give this a 30% chance for this to develop into maybe a depression, possibly a weak tropical storm in the next 2 days. The thing we are looking at, though, is the waters here around the Bahamas are very warm, upper 80-degree temperature warm, so that's fuel for the storm, and there is a lack of wind shear now. So this could get going, but it is running out of room because it's right here, and by the time it makes it to southern Florida, it just may not have enough time to really develop. However, it could bring us some, it will bring us some heavy rain, some gusty winds at times, and some high surf, but I don't think this is going to become a hurricane, which obviously is great news. All right, for the boaters today, 7:06 will be your high tide. Low tide will be at 4:02. And for the beach today, if you're going out, well, just watch the skies. We're going to have some showers this afternoon, but seas at 2 feet, moderate chop in the bay, and water temperature sitting at 85 degrees at this time. Okay, for the 7-day outlook, all eyes are focused on the early part of this next week with this system coming into play with heavy rain at times, guys.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. As far as your commute, you don't have to worry about a wet commute this morning. Right now, it looks great out of Palmetto. We're starting to see, though, a little bit of slowdown near Manatee Ave there at the DeSoto Bridge. A little bit of a slowdown getting on and off the bridge this morning. 301 also is seeing some traffic on 301 just south of State Road 70 in both directions as you are heading south and as you are heading north towards State Road 70. The interstate is clear, not seeing any accidents in Sarasota or any major slowdowns this morning. Looks like the arteries out to 75 are smooth for your commute there. And South County roadways are clear also at this point in the morning. No accidents, no slowdowns. Good start to the day. Well, the work week is drawing to a close. That's something to look forward to. And rain or shine, the weekend is looking good as far as events.
Yes,
somebody
asked me at the Y the other day who was playing at Friday Fest. And I couldn't think of the name. Rebel Heart. That's who. And
all you have to do is ask Linda Carson.
Yeah, she knows it all. I had to give her a call. She told me. I dialed her up, and now she has the Suncoast scene for you.
In this last weekend of the Venice Summer Cabaret Festival, Catherine Parks and Matthew Ryder present a show called Songs to Sweep You Off Your Feet.
We're going to be doing classics from the world of musical theater, like If I Loved You from Carousel, and
contemporary too. Lots of contemporary Broadway. Andrew Lloyd Webber, you know, I'll Ask of You.
A beautiful song from Bridges of Madison County by Jason Robert Brown that we're doing, 1 Second in a Million Miles.
Saturday night at 8 at the Venice Theater. Sunday at 2, a solo performance by Stephen Ditchfield of the Ditchfield Family Singers.
It's a wonderful showcase of some of the great music from the American Songbook. I'll be doing a lot of the great standards from, you know, Sinatra and Tony Bennett and Mel Torme.
Inglewood's Chalk Fest is coming up on Saturday. Register at 8, and it starts at 9 until 2 p.m. Dearborn Street is going to be transformed into a work of art. And these guys are coming to the Cock and Bull.
We are the Mystic Circus. We're kind of based out of everywhere, but originally from New York City. I'm a contortionist and just a general weirdo. This young man is a sword swallower and a human blockhead.
Sword swallower, I can feel this one rush. Sword swallower and a human blockhead.
And Shawnee.
She is a lyra performer. If you don't know what that is, it's an aerial hoop that flies high above the stage, and she does aerial acrobatics. She also is a fire eater, fire breather, and a burlesque performer.
You can see these guys live at the Cock and Bull Friday night.
It is not kid-friendly. If you have delicate sensibilities, definitely not for you. But it is wild, it is fun, and I have heard it is the greatest show people have ever seen.
And the biggest entertainment bargain on the Suncoast this weekend, Friday Fest on the Bay behind the Van Wezel. Admission is free, and the band Rebel Heart will perform.
We're probably going to do around 80% of country songs and then a few rock, dance pop songs.
Bring along a lawn chair or a blanket and make yourself comfortable, but no coolers are allowed. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
A shooting range is facing a lawsuit from the family of a former employee. We'll tell you why coming up.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329, or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities. And that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, I have an important message. You may be entitled to receive disability benefits through Social Security. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, deal with Social Security for you, and handle all appeals and hearings. Best of all, there are no upfront fees, so you pay nothing until you receive your benefits. Call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease the bold new 2016 Lexus RX 350 for only $419, or enjoy 1.9% APR, just $419, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Welcome back at 6:27. A family grieving in Arizona is now suing a shooting range owner after a little girl killed a father with an Uzi.
Yeah, he was teaching her how to shoot. And ABC's Lindsay Davis has the details.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the family of the Arizona shooting instructor accidentally shot and killed by a 9-year-old girl is filing a lawsuit against the shooting range where he worked.
They created a really unsafe, dangerous environment that ultimately got my dad killed.
The lawsuit claims the mini Uzi 9mm firearm the girl was using was not a safe or appropriate weapon to entrust to a 9-year-old girl, which caused her to lose control of the weapon when firing.
All right, go ahead and give me one shot. All right.
The accident occurred back in August of 2014. 39-year-old Charles Vaca was teaching this girl how to shoot a fully automatic Uzi.
All right, full out of...
But the firearm's recoil caused the girl to lose control. A stray bullet struck Vaca in the head. We'll have more on the story coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lindsay Davis, ABC News, New York.
I just got the best night's sleep on this Beauty Rest mattress. This is cause for celebration.
The Beauty Rest Hybrid lines. Memory foam comfort combined with pocketed coil support. Get your Beauty Rest.
Can't see it, can't taste it, but there's so much more to it. Here's how Benefiber works. Inside us are trillions of good microflora that support digestive health. The prebiotic fiber in Benefiber nourishes them. And what helps them helps you. Clear, taste-free Benefiber.
Mr. Clean gets tough on dirt and grime and grease in just a minute. Mr. Clean will clean your whole house and every room that's in it. Floors, doors, walls, halls. He's so tough he cleans them all. Mr. Clean.
With the right steps, 80% of recurrent ischemic strokes could be prevented. And I'm doing all I can to help prevent another one.
A Bayer aspirin regimen is one of those steps in helping prevent another stroke. Be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
It's time again for my Suncoast's Bark in the Park with the Bradenton Marauders at McKechnie Field. Bring your best friend and let them run the bases in support of the Humane Society of Manatee County, August 28th at 1 p.m. Visit BradentonMarauders.com for info. Sponsored by ABC7.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits on the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good.
Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AND Services.com.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Don't miss the Weddings of Sarasota 16th Annual Wedding Show at the iconic Sarasota Municipal Auditorium on US 41, Sunday, August 28th from noon to 4 p.m. The runway show is on the stage at 3 p.m. Enjoy hors d'oeuvres and live entertainment. $2,000 in Weddings of Sarasota dollars will be given away after the runway show, but you must be present to win. Make sure to pre-register at weddingsofsarasota.com. Brides and grooms are free if registered by midnight, August 26th. Guests only $5. Weddings of Sarasota. Register today.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a lawsuit over 911 calls in the Pulse nightclub shooting is heading back to state court.
Plus, FEMA responds to Governor Scott's request for an emergency declaration for the growing algae bloom.
NASA, one step closer to bringing humans to Mars.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Happy Friday. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan, along with Josh Stone, who's in for John Scalzi, who shall return. Many people clamoring for the great Scalzini. They asked him, worried about where he is.
Scalzini, I like that.
The great
nice,
Scalzini.
Ring to his
It's
last
still
name.
summer for us, so we take a couple of breaks, you know, in between.
Summer officially ends right now because football Friday night tonight.
Back.
It's the fall.
Yeah.
Football Friday night tonight. Adam Cellini, Dwayne Lindo, highlights and scores. Right
Our
here
11
on
o'clock
ABC
show.
7.
You
Yes.
don't want to miss it. See your
Opening
kids.
night.
Yeah. It's really exciting. I'm wearing my colors to support my team. So.
Oh, that's why you wore that color, isn't it?
I did.
Oh, yes.
So
the Braden River.
Braden River versus Bayshore
You're a
tonight.
big fan. You're the president of the fan club?
Yeah, I pretty much am. So, go Pirates. We're excited. I love football Friday
My
night.
high school didn't have a football team.
No.
What?
I mean, I was on the varsity Nerf chess team. But
Actually,
you know, it's one of those
Nerf
deals.
chess? I've
Yeah,
never heard of such a
it was
thing.
rough, you know, but
That's why they
took a
had
lot
to
of
use
talent.
Nerf chess pieces because
I
that's so
pride in
rough.
that, you know.
Hilarious.
All right, let's transition.
Well, will we
then.
have wet weather for tonight?
Well, tonight we could have some showers and storms for the football games.
Okay.
Well, you know, depending on what time they start. Maybe
Okay.
about 7, 8.
Oh.
Hopefully those things will die down. But
Okay, good.
let's move on to what we are looking at right now. 80 degrees, and we are seeing clear skies, but the showers and storms will start to ramp up in the afternoon hours, but by kickoff, hopefully those storms will move off into the Gulf of Mexico and things will be fine. But we're looking at a radar. There's some showers and storms in Lee County, where Fort Myers is. So if you're traveling down I-75, maybe going to the Fort Myers, what is it, Southwest International Airport, I believe it's called. Southwest Florida International Airport, there could be maybe some potential slight delays there. But for the Suncoast right now, out of SRQ, everything looking pretty good also in Tampa.
All right, thanks a lot, Josh. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways. It's dry now, so thankfully not causing a lot of havoc on the roadways like it might later on tonight. Volume is picking up, but the major thoroughfares are moving along nicely. 75, 301, and 41 in Manatee County. The bridges from Palmetto and to and fro. The Green and DeSoto bridges are looking good, so if you need to use them, now's a good time. And then down into Sarasota County, everything is normal for this time of the morning. No impediments to getting to your morning destination. And topping our news this half hour, a federal judge is sending the battle over the release of 911 calls from the Pulse nightclub shooting back to the state court.
U.S. District Judge Paul Byron says the federal court lacks jurisdiction over the case, but media companies are suing the city of Orlando, requesting the recordings of that 911 call, or those several calls, and communication between police and the suspect. They want them to be released. The city claims the recordings are exempt under public records law. 50 people were killed in that shooting, including the suspect. 53 others were injured. One still remains in the hospital even months later. An update now on Governor Scott's appeal of FEMA's decision to deny an emergency declaration in regards to the growing algae bloom. FEMA has denied the request, reaffirming its original finding that federal assistance is not appropriate for the event. Governor Scott requested the declaration under the Stafford Act to repair the Herbert Hoover Dike, which surrounds Lake Okeechobee. Scott says that if the dike were stronger, less polluted water would need to be released into the St. Lucie River. On the campaign trail now, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are trading even more insults in the race for president.
Yeah, I think everyone has noticed just how it's getting uglier and uglier. It's the gloves are off, and Clinton turned up the rhetoric on Trump, who is struggling to explain the change in his core immigration policy. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest from Washington.
This morning, the race for the White House, downright nasty.
He is taking hate groups mainstream.
She's totally bigoted. There's no question about it.
The raging rhetoric has turned to allegations of racism between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, who says Trump is trying to make America hate again.
Trump is reinforcing harmful stereotypes and offering a dog whistle to his most hateful supporters. It's a disturbing preview of what kind of president he'd be.
Clinton even released this new campaign video.
The reason a lot of Klan members like Donald Trump is because a lot of what he believes, we believe in.
When Democratic policies fail, they are left with only this one tired argument. You're racist, you're racist, you're racist.
Trump is struggling to redefine his own policy on immigration and that core plan to deport 11 million undocumented immigrants, polling the audience at a Fox News town hall.
Who wants those people thrown out?
On CNN, pulling back on that deportation force he promised.
You know it's a process. You can't take 11 at one time and just say, boom, you're gone.
The wavering stance leading to confusion and more protests at Trump Tower.
We're undocumented, we're unafraid, and we're here to stay.
Trump says he'll give an immigration speech in the next week or two to clarify his stance, just one of many issues for that first presidential debate 1 month away from today. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Voters in Sarasota and Manatee counties have until this Saturday to take part in early voting. That's tomorrow. The Florida Secretary of State, Ken Detzner, is encouraging voters to take advantage of the early voting period in case the state gets this storm that we're looking at. Detzner says the state is closely monitoring the tropics and he's in constant contact with the Division of Emergency Management. He says it's too early to tell how Florida will be affected, obviously, because even our meteorologists aren't sure just yet. But he is urging all supervisors of elections to take precautions by evaluating all polling sites and developing a plan for communicating to voters in case there is a storm. Again, the primary election is scheduled for this coming Tuesday, August 30th. And a new rule finalized by the Obama administration could make it easier to save for your retirement plan. It really encourages states to run their own retirement savings plan. The state-run plans are a promising new option for people who are saving too little for their retirement. 8 states already have created their own plan, and some require some employers to automatically enroll workers if they don't offer their own plans. The Department of Labor is also proposing a rule that would allow some large cities to follow suit. And 33% of the U.S. workers don't have access to employer-based retirement programs.
Volkswagen reaches a settlement with U.S. car dealers following the company's emissions scandal. The details of the settlement are still in discussion, but 650 dealers are involved. Volkswagen says cash payments will be included in this settlement. The company has until the end of September to submit their final proposal to a U.S. district judge. Volkswagen has already reached an agreement with car owners and will pay $10 billion buying back or fixing affected vehicles. The company will also pay nearly $3 billion in environment mitigation. Well, NASA is getting one step closer to its mission to Mars. Scientists only have one more splash test to perform for its Orion spacecraft. In its most recent test scene there, a pendulum and explosives were used to fling a test capsule into a pool of water at 25 miles per hour. More than 500 instruments were used to study this level of strain on the heat shield and aluminum cabin. Crash test dummies were also inside to measure the safety designs. Orion sailed through its first unmanned test flight in 2014, and another one is scheduled for 2018. The agency hopes Orion will carry astronauts into space by 2023.
And a dirt track racer who died from injuries sustained during a race in Kansas earlier this month is now helping save several other lives. 27-year-old Brian Clausen was hoping to break records by racing in 200 events this year. After his death, his family turned his mission on the racetrack into a mission to save lives. Now they began the Chasing 200 campaign to get 200 people to sign up to become organ donors. Within days of starting the campaign, 700 people registered. They extended the goal to 2,000 donors, beating a record for the most registered donors in a single campaign. The current count is up to nearly 2,700 registered donors now. Clausen was able to save people himself through this organ donation. The Rays and Red Sox wrapped up their 4-game set at the Trop. And the Rays were looking for to even out the series. If they got the win, it would have been 2-2 in the series, and they would have left and headed for Houston with a split. And as it turned out, they came back from a 1-0 deficit and ended up beating the Red Sox 2-1. Jake Odorizzi pitching well, and they even the series and head for Houston with a good feeling because they lost the first 2 games, so they won the last 2 games. So they won the 2-2 tie basically in the series. But,
great, good. We like a win. We want to talk football Friday night though.
Yeah,
Reminder,
football Friday night starts tonight, 11 o'clock news. We'll have scores and highlights, and Braden River's opening up. They play Bayshore, so that's a local game.
At Bayshore,
Riverview's playing Booker, and I mean, just so many games, but locals. Palmetto taking on Fort Myers, one of the best running backs in the region, if not the country. So it should be a battle.
Yeah.
But
it's exciting. There's nothing like the Friday night lights and all of the school spirit. So.
And Braden River coming off the most successful campaign of their existence.
Yeah. Undefeated region champions.
Build on that. Build.
Yeah.
Just like this tropical system that was supposed to build, and then, yeah.
Okay, well, we hope that doesn't happen.
It's no Braden River, okay?
Yeah.
Well, we'll break that down for you. Of course, have your forecast coming up in just a second.
All right.
I'm Alan Cohn. The vote over Florida's solar future, Amendment 4, is on the ballot Tuesday. We'll help you differentiate this amendment from the one in November.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Temperatures on the Suncoast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
So good to see you on this Friday morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. And we're looking at our current temperatures right now here on our map. 79 in Sarasota, 79 in Venice, 75 in Arcadia, 76 in Punta Gorda. The Gulf temperature right now at 85 degrees. As far as shower activity, well, if you're heading down to 75 towards the Southwest Florida International Airport in Fort Myers, there may be a few delays because of some showers and storms in that area in Lee County, but for the Suncoast, for Tampa, Orlando, everything looking fairly clear, but we do have high pressure that's to our north, once again bringing in an easterly wind, and that will help to ignite showers later on this afternoon. Here's that one little cell over here in Lee County down in Fort Myers, but as you can see, everything is pretty clear. Now, the question is Friday night football. Kickoff starts around 7:30 tonight. Well, we could have some showers later this afternoon, maybe a little bit of a break by kickoff, and then some showers could reignite by 8:30, but hopefully that will be off the coast and nothing affecting any of the football fields. So we'll watch it closely, but looks like we're going to get those games in tonight, no issues. What we're looking at now is what we've been tracking for the last several days. I mean, give us something. A meteorologist get excited about these tropical things, but we don't obviously want it to come our way. But this hasn't produced anything. This is, was Invest 99L. Now it's a disturbance. Was it going to become a depression? Was it going to become a storm or even a hurricane? Maybe not so much because of a lot of variables taking place. Really not looking that healthy right now on the imagery. And we did have dry air that inhibited the development of it. We had the inflow of the circulation trying to moisten it. Of course, we know tropical systems like moisture. They thrive upon moisture in the atmosphere, but that just didn't happen because of the dry air in place and also the winds coming in from the south trying to bring that moisture in, but it hit a brick wall, which was Hispaniola. A lot of mountains over this area, and the winds just couldn't get into the center of the storm. They would go over the mountains. By the time they came down to the other side, they dried out, and tropical systems don't like dry air. So we had a lot of problems there, also with some upper-level wind shear that disrupted the development of it. However, now it's entering into an environment without any wind shear, where also the waters, which are fuel for the storm, are very warm. Upper 80s, lower 90-degree temperatures. So it does look like there could be some strengthening, but I don't think it's going to have enough time to develop into, say, a tropical storm or a hurricane. Maybe if it takes a longer track in the center portion of the Gulf of Mexico, it could blow up. By the time it gets over here, it will be well away from us, which of course is good news. But we're still going to keep an eye on it for you as this develops, but we will get some heavy rain coming in early next week and maybe some gusty winds and high surf, but I don't think this is going to be a serious tropical storm. Guys?
Thanks, Josh. As far as your commute right now out of Palmetto, we're seeing a couple hot spots in Bradenton. Looks like the bridges, though, out of Palmetto are clear. They're both on State Road 70. We're seeing an accident right now at Caruso Road southbound at State Road 70. Be aware of that. That is right at the high school there. So as kids are making their way to school, that might cause a slowdown at Braden River. But there also is a lane blockage, or 2 lanes blocked on State Road 70 eastbound near 18th Street Court. So we're seeing a major slowdown there due to those 2 eastbound lanes closed there. Also 41 a little slow as you approach Cortez Road heading north. As you head into Sarasota, though, I'm not seeing too many problems. Looks like the arteries out of 75 are already pretty heavy with traffic, especially eastbound there on Fruitville Road and west on Bee Ridge this morning. Other than that, looks like we are accident and delay free on 41 and the interstate all the way down into Venice and Northport. Well, we all know that eating a diet full of sugar and fat is bad for our own health, but new research is showing that it could affect the health of our children as well.
No, I have my mother to blame. I have somebody else
She
to blame.
was a great diet.
She was
a great diet.
I don't know. I have all these issues. Maybe it's from her diet before I was born.
Could be.
A study led by a development psychologist at King's College in London found there could be a link between an unhealthy pregnancy diet and ADHD in children. In addition to ADHD, there can be an increase in conduct problems like lying, fighting, stealing, cheating. It could have to do with changes. See, that's what I said. Maybe it's her fault. I have somebody to blame. In the child's DNA, now researchers say it's best for pregnant women to consume high foods and fiber and omega-3 fatty acids.
All right, so we got to set a good example and then also eat healthy for the sake of our children.
Yes, that'd be nice. We're always
never know how much it could affect them. Yes. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
A trip to the movies ended up being a life-changing experience for one woman. We'll tell you why coming up.
On air, online, and on your mobile device, this hurricane season turned to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, I have an important message. You may be entitled to receive disability benefits through Social Security. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, deal with Social Security for you, and handle all appeals and hearings. Best of all, there are no upfront fees, so you pay nothing until you receive your benefits. Call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
Using baby powder or talc may lead to ovarian cancer. $72 million was awarded in a recent talc lawsuit after lawyers found secret internal documents showing that the baby powder manufacturer knew about the link between talcum powder and ovarian cancer for decades, but never told the public. If you were diagnosed with ovarian cancer after using talcum powder on a regular basis, you may qualify for a cash award. Call 800-793-6621. 800-793-6621.
Welcome back. 2 of my favorite guests, Cash 3 and Play 4.
Surprise! We're Pick 3 and Pick 4 now.
Whoa!
But we still play exactly the same. We just got a fresh new look.
Speaking of surprises, I have one for you. Say hello to Pick 2 and Pick 5!
Introducing the complete Pick family of games.
We're family now.
The new Pick 2 and Pick 5 have joined Pick 3 and Pick 4 to give you more choices in your daily gameplay. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And andservices.com. andservices.com.
Couple hot spots on the roadways this morning, especially on State Road 70. Right now there is an accident at Cortez Road. We'll go there first out west. It is at 24th Street, causing some slowdowns westbound. And now we're going to head to State Road 70, where there are 2 lanes blocked eastbound at 18th Street Court. We're seeing slowdowns because of that. Also an accident at Caruso Road southbound at State Road 70, right there by the high school. So be aware of that, because could cause some slowdowns as you get the kids into school this morning. In Sarasota, looks like 41 is pretty normal. Bee Ridge Road is seeing some volume picking up in both directions. And we're not seeing any accidents or slowdowns on the interstate or 41 into South Sarasota County. Josh?
Okay, our day planner shows temperatures in the low 90s again today with increasing clouds and showers and storms, but all eyes now are on this system that could potentially be coming our way. Doesn't look like it's going to develop into a tropical storm, but still will bring us some heavy rain as we get into early next week.
All right, this one may be the most creative proposal ever. Leah Hall was planning on catching a movie with a friend. It was a good thing she didn't skip the previews, because one of them was about her. Her boyfriend popped the question on the screen, and she knew that he was proposing. Will was out in the hall watching her reaction and said it made him cry. He sang out his proposal in his movie trailer, telling her all the things he loved about her. In case you couldn't guess, she agreed to marry him.
Oh, that was very sweet.
That was.
I love any
Tears all around, not a dry eye in place.
Yeah.
It ran the gamut of emotions. It won the Oscar.
Very cute. Well, happy Friday, everyone. Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next. Have a great morning.